Hello and welcome to Thaiger Bites. I'm Jay, and joining me again today is Tim Newton.
Hi everybody.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thaiger Bites. This is where we address your comments and feedbacks from all of our shows on YouTube, all of our posts on Facebook, and also the Thaiger Talk forum on thethaiger.com.
We should also mention that we're going to be doing the programs Good Morning Thailand and Thaiger Bites from BYD Lofts in Patong from this Thursday, and we're there for 7 days.
It's time for another OB.
And then after we've done that, the next time you'll see us will be in the Big Smoke up in Bangkok.
That's correct. We're going to be there in approximately 2 weeks and a bit.
So if you don't like this set, there'll be a new set you can complain about. And that'll be up in Bangkok. And we've also got a new presenter coming to the Thaiger. We've actually got two, but one of them is starting on, I think, the 11th of October. So we look forward to introducing her to you on that date.
Right. And before we start, we'd like to thank Coffee Culture for the amazing coffee they've provided us. Find your roast of Thai coffee from all around Thailand.
What's this one?
This is organic single origin. Right.
And it smells amazing.
And it tastes pretty good as well.
Pinprick on the back so you can have a bit of a whiff. Amazing.
Right. So you can find these amazing cups, limited to 100 only, on coffeeculture.asia and your roast of Thai coffee. Right. On with the show. My first comment here today is from Mr. Deputy Z, who says, I'm coming back to enjoy the beautiful temples and beaches. I love the Thai culture and its great people. I'm very happy not to have the bars or massage parlors open. Thailand is so much more than that. Now, there is very little traffic also. Mr. Deputy, I completely agree with you. Thailand is so much more than just the bars and the party scene. And also, you're right. There's a lot less traffic, not just on the streets, but on the beautiful beaches, on, the touristic spots, the views. It's an amazing time actually to be in places like Phuket or Pattaya or Hua Hin, because it's just surreal. It's absolutely gorgeous and it's very quiet.
Brett Gates has got a bit of an essay here, so pardon me while I go through it. Brett, no relation to Bill, says, for far too long, as you rightly pointed, the industry is male-controlled and dominated trade. Talking about Thailand's sex industry. It's been exploiting women, often underage and in dire straits, so easy to use and abuse that it's about time the nation protected those wishing under free will to work in the industry. So why is it that your so-called neutral, unbiased journalist organisation did you mention the female's name twice in the OnlyFans arrest and not the male's name? Good point. The name that was reported, her real name was only reported, we found, in one outlet.
One article, yes, yeah.
Her stage name or her OnlyFans name, Nongkai Now, that's not her real name. But you're correct. We very rarely mentioned the male partner she was with when she was arrested.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you, Brett.
Right. I have a comment here from Craig F, who says, the need to be able to plan and be able to forecast flights is now being debated here in Australia too, with airlines raising the same grievances with the Australian government. Good point. Also, Tim, are you related to Bert?
In Australia, there is a person who's very famous on TV and radio for a long time, going back to the 1950s. He'd now be in his 80s. But Bert Newton, very famous. I'm no relation at all to Bert Newton, although I have met him a few times and I hold him in extremely high esteem. There you go. Noel Santos, just cutting through the silence there, and he's talking about justice in Thailand, says, talk about justice in Thailand. Either you don't get justice, as in the Red Bull case, or if you do, it takes 18 years to be rendered. How difficult is it to prove one's ownership? And this is talking about the land encroachment story we did yesterday. Whoever has the proper documents is the real owner. How difficult is that? Another person responded, his name is the Flying Hedgehog, who said there is thousands of acres of dirty land in Phuket. Thank you, Flying Hedgehog, for your allegation there.
Right. I have a comment here from What's Happening with Gary, who says, Hey Tim, in Gilligan's Island, they set out on a 3-hour tour, not a 3-day, and the show lasted 3 seasons, not 7. However, I love your show. So Gary is setting you straight, Tim. Get your facts about Gilligan's Island correct.
Yes, well, I'm not sure how much longer they could have sort of kept the program going. The premise being correct, that they were on a 3-hour tour and they got stuck on a tropical island and they couldn't get off it. If you got on a boat and went for 3 hours from Phuket, you could probably see where you've come from. So I'm not sure how marooned they actually were, but it was a fun show, and I'm sorry if I got the 3 days mixed up with a 3-hour tour.
Right, got another comment here from Luca Schueli.
Not about Gilligan's Island.
No, not about Gilligan's Island.
Good.
But Luca says, is there a nicer word for foreigner in Thai?
Oh, yeah, well, the word farang is used, and I've often complained that I've heard the word used in a derogatory way, but a lot of Thais don't use it as such a way. I don't know. Is there other words for farang? Jason, do you know? Foreigner? Well, I think farang is the
Yeah, pretty much the only word.
pronounced as falang in Thai. But sometimes I've been sitting in restaurants, I might be the only person in there, and you hear the people muttering at the back of their sort of going through their phones going, farang, farang. I go, oh, come on, really?
Well, I think the only other way would be to explain that this person is coming from another country, like actually say it in a sentence like "ma jak tang pratet," like you're coming from outside the country. Other than that, farang would be the only word to basically say a foreigner.
I'm a human being. I'm Australian. I deserve some sort of dignity.
Right, moving on.
Santorini, as we cross over to Greece, it appears, says the whole country is built on sex, but hey, let's arrest consenting adults. WTF are people supposed to do when this corrupt junta don't pay people during COVID? A-holes. So, yeah, he wrote A-holes. I didn't clean that up myself. Some others weren't quite as polite. So, yeah, I think we've got a lot of comments here, by the way, relating to the Thai prostitution and the laws relating to.
Right, I've got a comment here from Mike Burston, who's a Thaiger member. Thank you for being a Thaiger member.
Thank you.
And he says, Hi Tim and Jay, sitting in front seat of a taxi is a very Aussie thing. And from my travels around the world, it appears Aussies are the only ones who do it.
Okay, maybe it is just an Australian thing, but yeah, we'll get straight into the front seat of a taxi if the seat is clear. And yeah, sometimes the taxi drivers are taken slightly aback, but no one's ever said, hey, in the back seat. So yeah, I'm quite happy in the front seat. You've got better control of the air conditioning and also the volume of the radio.
Right, depends how relaxed you are. Another comment here from Phayak Peter, who says, Tim and Jay won't even go to Bangkok and back, but seem to be over-optimistic that tourists will. Well, Phayak, actually, we will be traveling to Bangkok very soon. In about 2 weeks, we're going to be shifting our office from Phuket to Bangkok. So, yeah, hopefully we will be in Bangkok very soon.
We should also say that as residents here, to fly to Bangkok and then fly back to Phuket, it has been slightly complicated. We didn't have a urgent need to travel, so that's partly why we haven't been travelling. But if you are coming here to travel in Thailand, yes, you can within the current restrictions. Our problem was with me is I don't want to have that stick up my nose twice a week going up and coming back, because apart from anything else, it's quite expensive. So that's been the reason.
Right.
Steve O.E. says, wow, instead of legalising prostitution, why not create more jobs for women? Make it a 5 to 10 year plan. Nah, only sex on the brain. Thailand is a sick and dirty country for old sick men. Thank you, Stev O.E.
Right, Stevo, strong opinions. Okay.
Do you want another one from me?
Sure.
Tony DeVos says, if you legalise prostitution, such as I said, they have a lot of comments about it, local cops and officials won't get their cut. What a dreadful thing to say.
Well, Tony, allegedly.
And probably correct.
Right, I have a comment here from Aussie666 who says, Jay, the guy did not literally find gold. He literally found whale poop. So Ozzy's referring to a story we did yesterday on Good Morning Thailand about a man in Phuket on Mai Khao Beach coming across ambergris, which is whale poop. And I said, oh, wow, he literally found gold.
Literally has sort of become the absolutely.
Yes.
When people want to try and exemplify something, they say, well, it's literally da 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 da. They used to say absolutely, but that seems to have now changed.
Yeah, Ozzy, I didn't say literally to mean literally. I said literally to not mean literally, but literally find gold.
Jay, you were wrong. He's right.
Does that make sense? Okay.
He was right.
Ozzy, you're right.
18 Echo says, are they going to have to reenact the crime like other criminals have to? Alluding to the arrest of the OnlyFans Nongkai Now and her male partner, whose name eludes me, I'm sorry. Yes, we look forward to their reenactment.
If they do it properly in hazmat suits and with the official COVID pandemic sex guidelines.
And wearing a bike helmet.
Yes, that's right.
Because I always put the full helmet on.
Don't look at me.
Okay, I've got a few more.
Yeah. I have a comment here from Martin P. It's my last comment and says, don't poo-poo museum openings. Bangkok has some good art exhibitions. I went to a great photo exhibition at River City last week. I'm looking forward to cinemas opening. Martin P. is possibly talking about a comment you made yesterday that we were unenthusiastic about museums opening as the restrictions start to ease in Bangkok. Martin, I'm sorry if I gave you that impression. I love museums myself, and one of my favorite places to go is the Bangkok Art and Culture Museum in Siam.
I do love Bangkok's museums as well. I was being just a little bit ingenuous.
Right, and we would love for the cinemas to open as well.
And it looks like that's going to happen on November the 1st, if the Thai cabinet decides today.
I'll see you there, Martin.
Ivor Napinion says, price will go up if legalised. Talking about prostitution again. The price will go up if legalised. Leave it as it is and stop trying to fix something that's not broke. Wayne Last, who he is last, by the way, says, I just read an article from The Economist that says that legalising prostitution contributes more to sex trafficking, not less, contrary to common opinion. The article specifically measured the trafficking situation for one country compared to other countries where prostitution is legal. So there's another look at it, and I'm sure if you type in economist and legalising and prostitution, Mr. Google will probably find that article for you, and you can read it just like Wayne did.
Right. Are those all the comments?
That's it.
Right, and those are all the comments for today. If you do have any further comments, any feedback, any opinions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please click like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed today's show, and we will see you tomorrow. So thank you, Tim, for joining us.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Jason, behind the buttons, and thank you all the viewers for watching the show. See you tomorrow.